Good morning. Oh, good afternoon. It's here for me, Church Yamunina, and then she has near you. Welcome to Hoodie Hotspot Show. If this is the first time you're watching me, please share the video. Let me pause this video playing in the background. And then Toronto, there's a crisis in Toronto. There's a crisis in Toronto. In fact, Hamilton, Toronto has so many places, cities, town, and other places. Apparently, um, the refugees ni bi akɔdu Hamilton, Niagara, Burlington, um, is it Guelph, any of the bigger towns, you understand? I had to say, Wefi Accra, Kumasi, and I say Kotakorade. So apparently, it's not just Toronto and refugees in the world. I just want to give you an update, and we're going to make a little comparison. I want you to listen to this lady asking legitimate questions in Ghana about religion, and I think they are all legit. It will take a little time.
Developing allergic reactions to be towards religion, especially Christianity. And in one chain, Yabaka said, Omo Yambron and Omo Yesi, Omo Bisa questions. Omo Bisa, I then of us one, or no dear yarn or your rich. I then think I had the tight to make offering now. Near the Apobu Bank, a sorry, Nisika. And for sorry, a school, the school fees near higher than a
Many, please pay attention. We are going to have a discussion. Ghana for a buapayo and I say a culture. Canada is facing crisis in terms of housing. Toronto, to Ontario to be precise, in terms of houses, because Canada attracts many travelers. Canada, in fact, Canada attractive. For the past couple years, I've been hearing Canada on the news a lot. It attracted, travelers, tourists. It attracts so many people because Canada seems to be a center of Mefan is saying a place where people feel safe. And it has diversion of everybody. It has a lot of different people. Ekrobia was as we social Canada. So let's take a little bit time to listen to this legit question, and I'll tell you what is going on in Canada. Mesra says I will bass a video no na young I will ask say it looks like I'm dark into mama memre kakra me ba kakra share the video montie nia yen sister yi ebisa.
Ekrom ha yenhwe se yen nyina ye de tight ni nyina na ye de si asore ni dan ana asore ni property bia dan no e na benefit ewo enkwala ni bisa all these questions adan no first one ye rich na me maame a otua tight odi mbra so all the same mpaye no de bia me maame e da so ye ye ni then enkwala ni chiche preach no evidence they see enye no is making you what you tell them they want to practice it and see the benefit. What's your fasting or your fasting? You know, so food now. He's expecting to see the riches. You can't tell me, say, in his blood, I am saved. I am blessed beyond curse. Sorrow may last for a night, and his joy comes in the morning. In the name of Jesus, every knee must bow and every tongue must confess. Next Sunday, sorry, no, no, in the mud, no, could do fear, you know, the people know you 10 years, 20 years.
Oria Oshame, welcome. I welcome you all back. Sammy, welcome. Obibi Oshame, be a try. Please try say over share video. No, let's examine churches. Namen chire on what churches means in communities, in a country, in a state. What the church, the old church, what do they used to do? What are the churches doing today? Maybe some.
It's questionable. Na say bureaucracy and the church for man. E di 3 months e be sisi na me hu say boy am bi say we 50 years. Na 3 years. Ma to nduma prayer warrior mu su ni na chia life is still the same. But Jesus said Jesus your life will never be the same again.
Onia Oshame Mema Wakwamba, these are all legitimate questions. There are a couple of weeks now, we've been seeing a saw of individuals trickling down Toronto, Canada, Hanomo, refugees for moi. Tete no one na asori government. Asori government. When you look at in the olden days, a church stands for a government. Through the church, we have judgments. Through the church, we have justice being served. Through the church, we have a whole bunch of community problems, litigation matters and mediating. Like, like when you look at a whole way now, the churches were as a hub, and as a mefane say said na ahindie ewiase afa na nyina me nuanom anya Ghana nko a nti no, I'm speaking about the whole world. What is a church's responsibility? The church's responsibility, church car. Yeah, bon, yeah, to church no more. Kurampuna mfanko yeshe, my brother, please. Yeah, to church no you. Um, there, you see, we need to educate ourselves first in order for us to be able to hold a job. We can't even hold a job in Ghana. We can't hold a job because we have a way. There's a now. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of confusion. Pastor Mpacho me yeah way show me throw back one Mpacho. Thank you. Wohwe tete na asɔre ɛhɔ na obiara ɛkɔm de wo ohia yaresa sɛ aban ne nye biribi asɔre no na immediate. Even the way theorists omo ye human development and people psychologists omo investigation as omo research it was based on a religious belief. Tete ne nyinaa na raising a child was based on religious belief. Na omu and discover says and nipa dasani ewo some innate build be. If I can read to you a passage in this psychology book, you will say through research and omu say onipa dasani wo pe. Remember say in the beginning on Roman Catholic was the big church, was the church that influence omu no influence bibia omu and omu chair state no mu. So between the church and then the ahindie, the monarchy, ene yewo we. So osha a church's responsibility pana, they are to eneno, they are to query, they are to question the government's conduct. Today, as we are saying, and as a be part, you see, when you question, when you critique the government, you are part of a citizenship. You are part of the government. So what you are saying? And sorry, I walk Toronto, including some Ghanaian churches. When the news went out, say refugees be enam street no so omu ni baby da no Ghana for sorry bebre open your doors to those refugees. In fact, I know a church right now who took in 20, and now they are saying say eswa 20 no krampo na eswa as I saw omu kofa more. Just enedane echire yara no Pentecost asori e wo krom ha no say o ma sorry dan na o gya mu no the big church ni nyina refugees empa na edidem na o dem e wo Toronto ha refugees na ba ya o free Africa tuntumfo na aban emfa o mani hwe o a whole of Canada e sheki ye Toronto anomu e sheki ye na organizations criticize the government and they say momo say mo be way mo say mo be way and then look at a refugee. Is this in fact I was very proud of the black community, the Jamaicans, the languages they used. Of course, immediately they went out and help out. Maybe I will say, oh Ghana says now sorry our friend sorry no, is that a church? A church, and I say a part of the government in a branch off into becoming a church, because Osha government a government and as a politicians sorry Ghana are they politicians and as a government. In Canada, this is what identify a church. In Canada, in developed countries, this is church. Tete asore no, eno na ewa ha. Se government no anase obi koye complain about asore where the government in it right away, that level of government will investigate it. So the difference between Ghana churches and a krom for a abrochi church nentia abaino atun safre all organizations to also get involved, and they say they can't do it on their own. It's abaino looks for people who can house these individuals. Now abaino chiomoka. Aban nankasa nkasa ne fie anase ne fie ho ayema shelters e wo kromu anyina ayema. In fact, even me as a citizen, me fresh shelters see ananhwe omunya bi mame. Enti wo hwe kromu ha na aban na e wo kromu ha no, the difference between a church and they say a church is part of the government. A church is not a politician. A government are body of people who voted politicians into power to make sure that they do a certain things according to what the government, the people want. It's a kromu church, a church, omu asadi eseso omu ye say. There are certain things government are jenen koho. What the churches does is they remind the government, we know the politicians. The politicians, or make it policies. And not in the politician, or make it policies. They deal with a certain law that will help the community, society, a country. They are politicians. So in Canada, the government partners with everybody, which is we are the guy, we make up to be the government. So we are all government, we are governing through the noises and the we say protesting and their advocacy. The government actually then makes policies. The politicians make policies that will answer or will address those concerns. So the churches in Toronto or Canada or UK, or this is what they are supposed to do. And there's a Jewish church, a religious organization who a government has been recording for how many years? Apparently, they've been dealing with human part. A Jew organization, rabbis, say no muton wonipa dasani honam, omuton akoma, omuton kidneys, omuton nipa honam bebre omudi trafficking. So you see, religion, the way you guys takes a religion, it is not what the books, Remember, say politicians are supposed to make policies, but they are not making the policies. They are there. Some of them, of course, based on what the people are actually requesting for. What the people request for is what actually shows up in the public. Politicians are not responsible to make your area beautiful for you. And I say, refugee, let's say, if organizations did not go in and step in, like the churches in Canada, do you think the politicians care? They don't care. Canada, so let's not kid ourselves. It is the people that makes those demands and the request. So in places like this, a church is not just a name. A church has a mandate to play. So the Toronto, Ghana, sorry, kudos to you guys, by the way. I almost stepped in and took some of these refugees now, and then sorry them why with them panel. The government responsibilities are to support the church in order for the church to be able to support those refugees. It's just like the tax number no mano. Obibi owa sorry wo kromu he bia say aban no afa wo sika na who donated to the church, and nothing na yenya those way receipt, they filing in tax. When you give donation to any organization, many workers say in sorry no majiji those refugees are receiving donations and also government money in order for them to cater for those refugees. So this is what a government is supposed to do. But Ghana right now, no, Ghana is standing at a place of lost. Like we don't know what religion stands for. Yenimun asore no na sadie ene ne esese asore no eye. Inti ama aise patakaria doso inti no yenim nia oye nkremoni papa. Sauti ase. But the church, a government, the politicians, are supposed to make sure, say, those policies works. So, emfa hochire emre me etimemu maina etimemu nina me vote to politicians ne ino. Ni ameka no motia say, inte krom wa utua ude sanka grada asori ya nkrofo ekoto afori ekrom wa ye wo envelopes. Ude usika ne she envelope no mu a at the end of the year, those finance team, almost recorded. And what the church is supposed to do is to make sure, say, anyone on the street, you see, Ghanaians are being, you guys are being fooled. In fact, it is now challenging Christians. Some of these knowledge is now challenging Christians a lot. You see pastors saying, say, Uma sikana ude ma onyame. Ude sikane ma ude ma onyame. Who is that God that we are referring to? God is not in any means want anybody's money. Onyankopon otiwo, the God yekano ohia obi esika wo. Onyame hia wo sika. So who are we giving the money to? In the old days, what the Bible says was to say, they bring food to the church house. A common and na common near sorry them wo. It's almost the aduane corner. They share because sorry na yet no. Tell me, there are all kinds of people that goes into the church. There are people that are so lonely. There are people with questions. There are people who just want a place of comfort, to be a place they can relate with other people. It is a way, a union, a way. They are. I have to say, almost fellowship, and that's what the church is. So now, so ye disikako asori demwa, and can say asori demuno, obi enu esesanka ni like ohia ekano asori ho. That is what the Bible says. That is what the olden days, asori ya onyame wom. To say the kurom ha, asori for no, eti se refugee for nam street so no, asori ne bi omo dan. And then now, apostle continuation and pa edidan demo omudem. And now, the Jamaicans, some of plenty of the Jamaicans, Hamilton right now, Hamilton, Ontario, is asking the government. Hamilton is requesting $9 million in order for them to house those refugees now. And then, flooded throughout the provinces, Omo bisa government and I said omo $9 million. And guess what? You see the difference between Nkrumah and Ghana. Nobody asks those people, refugees, and they say, oh, your MPP and us or your NDC. Nobody turns this into any form of a political division. Both political bodies are responsible for anybody who is in need in the country. And the problem with Ghana, it's not about not having a political system. It's not about, politicians, if one in fact, Ghanaian politician be like way, this woman, Cecilia, way dapa, any more keka hono. Assassin, Maminka Semichro, ni yena, ewo Ghana no, and no na tete Ghana for, sa. Ghana here or hododo. Ghana no. Yama ohia yama ohia ehia ye nipesu Any ye nipa ban said the etie. Inti ama obi tu kwan po a Ghana ni a wetu kwan still an adwene ohia because the environment na eno cha no na adwene mu nyina ohia ni kojo. In fact, ube hu Ghana ni oye adwuma pa wo krom a oye ohia ni eno na Bible ne kan say they think they have but they are naked and wretched. You see, ube hu Ghana nipa they think so poor because you see a certain things be as sanka Ghana ni enti ase as sanka ye easy no Ghana ni tinti uti say Ghana ni bre or hustler or say owo adwuma uni adwuma. It is called hustling. So uti say ye ala e na wo bo wo kromu awu enye adwuma na wo ye wo oh hustle. So uti say so the difference between Canada and I say kromu half one, the churches understands their some churches understand their responsibilities, just like the churches who has now opened up their way, and the government also understands, and the public also understands their responsibility. The people who voted the politicians. In fact, I haven't heard any Canadian. The only thing I hear people criticizing is why are they taking our money to go and fight? Why are they taking our money to go for war? Why are they taking our money to go and that one? But say obi who here no na obi bisa for say nipa no na obi gina ho say unko na ofo say wo sa problem no. Hello. Yeah, Colin. Okay, maybe you. Okay, bye. Adriane, ene watching no last one on me di the only when I so meche by this see na media mo be sorry. Se see okay. You bye. Into Ghana no, it is not the politicians, so it is the people. Now I don't care about third force and whatever MPP and DC. If the people want a good politician, they will get a good politician.
You really owe your studios.
If the politicians, you know, if the, so they see how I was say, now I'm settled, right? Say politicians, you know, a chromo I make catch on nano medium call baby garbage go abonte because the area no no kofuno they are too busy. So when you want to ade efe anya ofem. It is said the Ghana a nipa bi mo disturbed and because of the nature of the country no ohia adware bribi adware gota dware nsuo ye natural our nwura there's no greens ohia dware Ghana from head to toe. So what you say? So the politicians na yenya omo Ghana ne de yen near tie mu no and a showcase in the politicians because obi to say Cecilia da pa oyo hieni. In fact, you must be a very poor person to haul money, a physical money in your room like that. A sickening, a yare, say, a yo say, sika bebrebe say, na wo pia bonting, you must be sick in your head. And in fact, most Ghanaians are sick. Obi obi eho chire na e no enne mani who say oyunipa. People actually weigh themselves by who is poor. No, the shane was nyame hira me o. Why? You know why? When him niente nyame nya se bibi show on life mo. It's not because say nyame hira no ono de akohira obi wa duplicate bibi won abrabo mo. Eye because say we hu obi ane ho kire ne sen ne ono. Nti nyame hira no only Ghanaians na wote saa nsɛmfun no efiri omanum sɛ nyankopɔn hira. So the difference between a church in Ghana and a church in this part or a Ghanaian churches are the churches who lacks a lot and they don't know the means to open their doors to get a lot. Because in this country, Yes, to whom much is given, much is expected. And during COVID, for example, the churches who has opened their arms to the public, those churches' house was filled with food. The members, they never lacked. In fact, yetimi de aduane no kosi a truckload of vegetables, eggs, onions, wine, meat pie, wine, nnuane bebre shrimps. Yenya shrimps. Nso na sorry bi na wa yo hiani. That's the difference. Pentecost for timi aduane buru so ama mo ka kire mo so mo fa nkosi Jane and Finch. Junction ho. Na van ni si ho on behalf of a church way. And yes, a church and no. They open their arms, they know that they've studied the system. In terms of COVID, the buy, farmers, even planes. Virtual cooks, people who were cooking on the masses for planes, Now, produce, expire. So they gave all these food. They gave all the food to organizations. So organizations like churches, a church is an organization. Organizations like churches who knows how to open their arms and gifts. Food banks, Menia, mekora mekoji cereals, mekoji shrimps, me sister bi, onya aduane na ama na ne freezer mu na emu ayema. And offer me say me na mo hono na me say da bi o me no minta me ni fie during waiting tina na say there are certain areas to be enko na ayema Pentecost for na yema apostle continuation omo ayema all these Jamaican small churches ni nyina ayema but na in sorry being so na they are lacking. So the difference between the Church of God, Church of Christ, Christ-like, they know the system and they are partners with the government. You see, if your church is right now has not heard the saying, be at that street is many are inform them. If your church has not had the opportunity to also tap into the blessings of Canada, na monfa mattresses into mo asori ho na onkrofo nso mmenya so na because government ban fie no enya fa no nkosi dan foforo. What they are doing now, Abino has to do the reason why other government, other regions, are asking the government to give them money so they can provide to those people. The regions, those places, want to rent a hotel. It's refugees so at the hotels. So they are begging and they are asking the public. Me big house anke ne enanka samre na mefra government ne say me nso mumma me refugee no mumma me be 10 mumma me we mu 10 south ya said na je enhire ni bi. So in this part of the world the churches are government just like the olden days, they are part of government. When the government goes off, the churches is the one who receives the burning end of what the government don't do. In the church, yet politicians are down for. Churches are in fact, Mami can say a church can do what Okwa Abrofon asorena. Konko no mode nam hono. Obroni bia Abrofon nya afore 3 times yeah kofi ni amba one. They don't do that. But look at the church, the structure of the Abrofona Soreno. Did you see Abrofona Soreno? It's a whole church sitting on its own land. Abrofona Soreno. And yes, some warehouses be obi yamako perchiwa. It's a whole church. Across what to say there we foresee so way way Anglican for no so see it's a whole church. Now so amo. Guess what they do? They are part of the government. Many people, they are registered organizations who answers the system, the problems now what system no. Sorry, and as I say, some problems echo down so. And now sorry, a sophisticated churches. The pastors are over there. They are way up at the top. They don't have, there's no space at the bottom for them. They can't fit at the bottom anymore. And they want you to call them churches. And they want you to give your money. But then you ask yourself, say, who in the church are they helping? Who inside the church? You want sorry bebrea. Opedaya tokunapona. Omutimi ya edan omutimi ekon estande mawo etimi to dan. You want sorry bebre wo krom hanomo atie young men and young women no, because of what the church did for them. Now they are stuck in the church. So say refugees sorry for no magiomono. Why do you think so when they finally, if the church helps them with jobs, if the church caters for them, if they become part of the church, where will they go? Aren't they going to stay in the church? Aren't they going to duplicate the help? And they go now. It doesn't that translate to a healthy community? Doesn't it translate to a healthy community? Uyamame, omo e recognize say me ba ye no. Na ye da bonten toroto asori we na jeme. Asori we na mame empada so. Do you think that people share even if 5 leaves are ebeka 2 no omo impact on other people is greater than the 5 now. Antna sorry no. You need to remember that. So in this part of the world, when you give your church seed, the government says, because they say, what bua sorry nintino, I will pay that money, 75%. I will give you that money, I will give you a tax return. What happens is say the whole year, me ma sorry $2,000. That's a mimi income. As I say, me tax. $50,000. $2,000 is coming out of me 50,000. So see, my income na be less, my tax na be less. That is what the churches does. TMU. Abane say anybody, including akwala ketua, wasu emra SSA oye juma. The minute you start work, me babo the other boy wanye juma. Emra onya sika sa na ni school nyina no otimi de file for tax na yenim sa ne tax nyina no otimi de file for tax wo kroma. So the difference between a church and a politician, church members, church elders, church pastors, evangelists, why now we call ourselves the difference between you and a politician is that only politician no munya namfufuo. It's a government what Ghana no. Any sorry what Ghana no. What is the difference? And sorry abedani instead of them advocating for the people, they are advocating for the government. Instead of the church taking the responsibility of the people, advocating for them, and then they're advocating for the church, for the government. So you can tell, say, because papa. Can you add who? Who could be also your papa? Mammy, my invitation on a brasso. Maybe sense him who, yes, dear, men pass some my uncle bookum. So what it could be? Maybe sense him who know, because today I'm analyzing a church. A church. So what I say, me a Christoni. Me sum ya me pa me tinyan ko ponche sheye ni nsem o kan ya meti ase emre ebi wo ho aya ebi wo ho aya den, but a man cannot earn or gain anything if you don't sacrifice. Intimidate way na tum me the link na tum follow the link na come on. In this part of the country, there are non-profit organizations. You are just like a church. The only thing is you are not teaching. There are no teaching or a product to be or selling. A church is selling a product. A church wants community. You take from the government, you give back to the community. So a non-profit organization versus a charitable organizations, a kromuhano, we are the partners of the government. Let me say, Say me be a profit, a non-profit organization or charitable organization. I am part of the government. The government is going to invest in me so I can help people. I can help other people also. The things that they are supposed to get from the government, job search. Why? Could be 2 ways and yere burono dodoa. My organization, etimi offer emotional support. So what I say, and the government pays me for helping Kobe. It's me be me can say be a boys and girls club, and I say African Men Matters. Number 2 bibi. Na me apply for grants. Na Kobe aba. Na me de Kobe who report. Na me de account portfolio who sa Kobe na ne yere afenso na oye way mentally way unstable. Esan say divorce ni nyama no na buy na tua me meka. Tie me o. Into many expenses are many ye bribia no so no metimi edify so Kobe huntino aban betua meka. Sana sorry no say asore ne de ono no oton product. Asore ne per crowd or per se wo beka no. That is the purpose or per se wo beka no na adwuma no na yetimi reaching masses. But me de no, I don't need anybody. It is a non-profit or a charitable organization. I do charity. I collect money from government and individuals, and then I will do charity with that money. Papa Kobi Yakwaba. I'm for one waba share the video.
Lady May.
Yama Patakarino Dawson.
And I say a better also. Now, oh, that chaps now when they filter. What do you expect? Maybe I be film. Maybe I be film. Me share with you for and tell me about canon. I just wanted to do some few correction. What they said me no, we go way back. Yeah, on our differences, but we still find our way back together all the time. Me catcher will say when Obi wa adwen kesia, otimi ye ana otimi share ma wo ya ade on your own will. And say oh yes smart enough. Oh man credit. Say we are smart enough. Obi hu adwen kesia eta ade ni chi. You can. I've been asking you this question. Say, Nyamena amo kano. Is there a different God in America, Canada, Europe, and as soon as Ghana now? Because me, I get so confused. Because more rules and regulations, it keeps changing based on the jurisdiction. Me, let me quite sorry, pa. Envelope be asking my working. Me beside me talk for say, Papa. I then me on my own will. Say me jidi say nyame me from my home me o me hon ma ko eduma. Why should my envelope have a number? Then I begin to ask questions. Say, hey, wait, are we doing godly work or we're doing a mankind orchestrated ejuma? Because Canada buying one number. No only track is sika nyame ejapade ana say ye nipa ejapade. That's the question. I'm more Christopher Moon bisa that question. No. Obeka say, oh, I gave because I have. I gave because they touch my heart. I don't care whatever instead of better they only give you. But I understand I can't about say, yeah, I'm counting for the car, yeah, they give you amount for no. Yes, I certainly NGO, I buy in taxium. But why does a bank want to track how much money they're making? And I hear you come there, don't open no there. Then you turn around and say, oh, I broach for no, or me a barbecue, or Marco J refugees at the go or matter. I almost said, yeah, it's not. Metikagri ha your food bank say even who ye or who wanna back Canada crap. There are by no I'm an agency for newcomers. It's not you to come and cry to me could be safe. I can figure out between the baby in that. It's not me. I buy no setter. Go there. There's a specific reason. Yeah, you part of taxes now you piano. I didn't matter for you account for more.
Kobe.
No, my land is not my
let me just correct it so we can move on.
Okay.
Abino, then you are trying to tell me Sabino Kwanye Nyame. Nobody is there.
That is where I was getting to.
Hold on. Abino Kwanye Nyame, nobody is an absolute, even the government, the Canada government. Abino cannot anticipate a certain things and get it right. And Canada are buying, for example, said they make no can the same thing. So let's not argue. Canada are buying, they not know some coffee for the baby, but they are answering to the call.
Okay.
Everybody is responsible for their brothers and sisters. Kobi, ufi baby now be do kromwa. Nasa ufro bia nasa usika obie viawa. Kobi na unni any idea wa una unni mobia. You are supposed to go and cry to the albino. The last minute result.
You are making a most important point. You undertake. As to say, we're mining as a refugee. Now we're illegally. But the Oba, albino to come or one she say, yeah, why you say?
Kobe, I'm saying I'm not arguing with you, but
Okay.
listen to me very, very
Okay.
Albino is supposed to have a shelter.
Yes. Yes.
The problem in beginning, remember, say one went. Shelters are full. So the government is tasking and asking anyone who can take those refugees in. It's a partnership.
Who is picking up the bill? When the pack comes? Thank you. And just say, well,
yes.
So one say me a comment or platform and say, I saw this kind of one musica. One much more and I'm not taxing more upon tax. And I'm going to tax on some money for the bill. And you said it right there. Yamin Joe Basica. Because I won't say a Christo find an image and Yamin Joe Basica. They don't get it.
That's why we are preaching.
That's why you want to say you cool. And yeah, two no boy boy. Say yes to see exactly. Your core mandate is still there.
But I saw any more. I saw any the enrich.
But because omoye nipa and nipa so emre ni wa oye den obetisa aboa.
Okay, so
that is why yeah wanna be animal kingdom no because the abani hu nyata say oma obinim envelope no ultimate tracking the sticker or digital man for no while. Obinim the control rose me because
let me share this thing and then you see this guy just an entrepreneur, yeah. He's gonna give $20,000 just for the just for the refugees.
Where psycho.
Obejan is back. He's a business person. But guess what? That's what we need.
Thank you. But the me come to way. Say my ye na ma call ye charity to Ghana. Abano me tax incentive. Oh my baby.
That's why we are educating. Abano, but guess what, Kobe? You see, when we came here, someone has to teach us these things. So Ghana, someone has to take this upon themselves. It's within our taxation law.
Responsibility, yes.
Yeah.
That is why I have supported you from day one when you preach knowledge. But when you start to divert the people into
we are not Mamika Semichiro. Let me tell you something today. I'm one of those people that I can touch on anything and do. I cannot bury myself in.
Well, you have a point. I say,
don't be afraid of issue. Don't be afraid of being different, Kobe.
No.
Yeah. Listen. When it go for there, I'll put it there. When it doesn't go out, I can't fit it. I'm not one of those. My brain is not that way. So what you say?
What was it? Me na me catch on say uche ni pano nyansa. Mo Christ mo ka be say nyame wo baby a. Anya nyame no baby a wa dwen we wo baby a. Untimi nkokrum na won yi wa dwen to ho. So then what the person needs is to be able to analyze situation as it comes on. Because even as you move step 1, step 2, step 3, there are challenges where to even put your next step. But nyansa se insure na wa obedin to metra maintain stonim. Enye umami efutu na or packaging or the ma na waja che oboto mo no. Na wo call na say a glass then you have to call your mom against the ma. No, this have to go to work. So when I support you because say but when you start to tell the people say send only mama test but now more come more seminar and then they mention mama because you are more there again.
Kobe, then I will say you don't want to learn.
Well, I'm willing to learn, but let
me show you this screen as well. Hamilton, for example, Hamilton, isn't that in Canada? Hamilton seeks 9 million to house refugee trickling down from Toronto and other communities. Tiadio,
Ti brofo no si sick. Let me say onim baby e wa okwakoje. Onim and onim the right. He's seeking. I know or seeking. And why did the government came to give that $97 million more? And Jamaica for my men say, hey, more first time some food in the Ukraine for and where was this money all this time? Somebody
it was there for somebody, but the public came together. Did you see anybody going against them? Say, no, Ghana for you like to oppose to what your brother says. See, if only we can focus on the need rather than the person speaking now. Because you see, when the such topics comes up in Toronto, in wherever, in any of the countries, in the UK, before April, Abrofranco Germany, so go to away London, go to UK one right now. Many people are saying, say, the king, no, and yet king. He is not their king. But you don't find tension within a system of oppositioners who are also saying, say, you don't see them on the same line.
Na say mono opposition bia more original opposition e obonsam e na ono nyankopon ne ko intine so ya akwati ase na Christian way say obi opose obi ayo tamfo and no neba nyabotre
no a Ghanaian belief
but Ghanaian belief no one dey man yen
oh jai
what the opa dey na tra sister opa dey no tra and that tra sao
minim Ghana fo a omanko into Christianity that omo de
bia Islam no is any better. It's not.
No, me say minim Ghana fo a omo ya bosomsum a onji nyankopon ji Jesus ni onko asore da omo no ubo wakona na o se em se uye aduro me ni mo bia ni no as a friendship no krampa kire na me hu say oh first no ma adwan koso when you say o mani bibia on fa o mani bibia of so ube poison and answer why because he believes in water he believes in abosom so Papa Kobi, let's have a very fruitful discussion. Now let's look at the things in a bigger picture rather than just narrowing the search. Christians has a problem because they believe the foundation of how they even went into Christianity was that of such the ohia because they are Christians in this
country. But blessed is the poor. Okay, wait a minute.
No. You see, Monty Bible, I don't quote it.
Mame, Bible is not broken.
Bible right here because on TSA.
Bible is now broken on matter on TSA.
No. Onka ahunya anasa onka say what to die and poverty the way I African richness as an anasa way ye no.
It is me watch me. I was Canada as a refugee. I'm not poor. What am I? So is there? Say in the Bible, no.
You see,
Papa, sister, member.
Go into an in-depth educate, like when you go into for educational purposes, for you to be able to in a human way. No, poverty does not refer.
Lady May. You see, this is where I am not disagree with you. Nipa na accommodating. Also say open say we check poverty nimu to the point na ye den. You see, look, Mami can't say me. You see, nipa beye ohwe ye mind Africa da hona. Ye leveler ye kon ye thinking apase nipa the same adwin level of thinking as a human being because Uyano many my boni no yasin abrofo boni omo boni well yeah it's getting crazier and crazier to the point that the atrocity no higher now nyina to say a common din no and also a graduate And yeah, and nanny a generation poverty.
Okay, let me ask you a simple question.
With you.
I grew up in Ghana, born in the 70s, into 80s, Niamano, maybe not who were
Then came the 90s.
Yeah, 90s, 2000.
2000.
Now, any before, are you trying to tell me, say, because menkai come, menkai say Ghana, come now, yetimuya. In fact, yeah, but so is that a come? And I said, lack of knowledge, and yeah, come, and I did Ghana for. Don't tell me that it is.
But then it's a lack of knowledge now. What can I? If I don't know, say I have to plant food to feed myself, but I don't need money to buy food. That's knowledge. Me near, I will starve. Yes.
No. Tie, lack of knowledge, my people perish. It goes deeper. Ohieni yetisikanso ekomode no. Ghana ade ebedi ni yie etene nchen. Kokoti ahomaso minim pesamin kuminya unim say Ghana ni betimi deny itself. A signs are the word or tan you being tino or betimi ni ono ane tanfo akoye adwene akobom just because say they can play naturally no omo later. But just, and this is only Ghanaian. They would deny themselves of
something else. But on many common grounds, at my before.
Thank you.
On common grounds now on common enemy. It's enough to put them together to plan.
Thank you.
Obviously.
So what I'm trying to say is that a ne common Ghana, you can't come no, and you come. Nia Bible ne can say, will come better near and nyawodia. TMU. And now Ghana girls are Kobe. Ghana, we were happy by sitting by the fireside.
Thank you.
There was doom some.
There was happiness.
Dumsona, what the cost is any woman now, Mopeno, and yes, Onyakupoche, or the moon amma bonnet, TMU, because it's any Mopeno, and then look at the summer with the Ghana. At the end, belonging to somebody wants it, so be kunu be pay. And yes, obey a money you and us obey or banning you. Obi, no what fast say, Papa be of a kind of story. I was the man's secret in the show. So I'm just say, I'm mammy who near me na crampono. I bibi. No one knew what fast say. And then the yere. And now, papa no, dada papa ne say, papa ne yare. Dada papa ne say, koton. Ne obani say me koton ejapade na fie no na metimi di ahwe hospital. Say no man ton. And now, Oton ye no one who a papa no abana na in see hospital obium. And on any one fast and papa no fast no. And no ma womb mam porre. Say papa the first one dia, second one also a third one and yanidia. Kobi, ye come and I say, I dear any war or nipa and or the near brehu than near ma as a sanko amende. Or and I say, oh, pay attention to. To me, and ya come na de Ghana for in fact a common nemo. Anybody
say if you come.
There be TMA. A come de ya wakotekom, ya wachakom, ya wan sakom, ya wan siokom, say and succumb to me. Ya wan succumb, ya wa amoya come, ya wa obuwa, a common to me at dinner, amoya, ashanema, obuwa, who utimi who and him say, the yamashino. That means so who no or kraton. You will be so any bre come. So there are all types of a com. So let's be very, very dynamic as God created us. We are very dynamic. The most scientists will say the most complicated being. Adia ehumi ewoji eye nipa dasani. In 20 we can't just say common the Ghana for obi owo Ghana yehu because it's saying ya dane yehu abronsam ena ye say yanyani bebre obi esanka yetu nyom na ye di praising nyame no. Now we want to be God. Ye pese eya ebebu o obi tie ni ye ebebu o ade na esanka wo. All you have to do is to live happily. You have all provisions. Food is provided for you. Shelter is provided for you. All you have to do is use what God has given and has given you right to do. which is to explore and to exploit the thing, them and as I say no, yeah, money 15 year wapa. As I said, but we have the power to do anything with us. I say no. Onipa dasa nieja ne nyankopon e ma ne so tumi no. E no no person okoya ade foforo. E no na atu Ghana forces see you. So to me, and your religion, it has nothing to do a religious being. How Ghanaians are religious. Yeah, ade bia ye hu ade bia ye nkurasefo wo ho. Ade bia ye beti din bia ye nkurasefo wo ho. Yate Brazilian hair Ghana need man ye nkurasefo. Wate sika or your crusher or babesia etimi the home pepper sika na wo unsro etimi the pepper yi ahihye ndaka yi na oda dan mu e na oni nkrofo man so abuse wo mo not if your Kobi come on. Don't tell me say come the Ghana for come on the Ghana
I don't like any now.
Makani nyina interview no ne yenko.
Oh well, just to close off, you know, may I hope say with some of the programs now more, you know, some of these Christian believers, you know, will have a deep thinking on and ask questions now. Or my dream be kakra because I say baby now follow blindly. The way they sell money, they don't want to exploit and find out say where we lie to or not say the abbey who and and it's not just there, it's believing, no. Sometimes I say also to make test the waters, no. Now we do one conclusion based on one experience. I did me a walk up with me Christosum a concremusum and abwow. We make concremusum Christmas and abwow. But why am I to say me there when a little improvement I had a match now dear woody then you are missing out a lot.
Onyame kura se test all the waters. Nashania sum papa no.
Oh no, one kind.
Yeah, unim way I was in a clubhouse one time and the pastor was teaching and they were all young girls and you can say from their voices Ghana for my pastor because almost so the superstar no or mukasa and obisa pastor no asam okano ono anim say ho question ba or say do not ask me or say my mom is no and I'm saying and when I make exit unse clubhouse it says exit quietly and when I me exit quietly if I am supposed to be a dumb na menya robot and then Kobi people has created and generated robots for people to speak with.
Yeah.
The church is lacking their mandates and then Asore no cannot be trusted again. Asore does not want to do the church, the will of God. And as Asore mandate, Asore dear, titi Asore no, omo no mu feedi enipa no. Ti Asore ne feed.
Yes. One will say, "Oh, share your kuya yetimiya." One will say, "Abani ba ya, obek G, sa injumani be brainy be yeah, no." One say, "Then I done too."
Thank you.
And that is what is gonna happen, and that must work on because who are me tax? Say, I same way to me, I obey it, over one. I want to know what I did, or I say, no. So when the time comes now, and you mean the same number way the answer, and I said, "Oh, being called that, so now I'm cutting away the ass or the mandate." But I buy no one share, but yeah, in a sense, the young Cornian could be saying, yeah, the boy abroad.
Thank you.
Oh, and then the problem, no. It's okay to say, wait, yeah, somebody, then we have debated because they went to the because wait.
You can join with the link. Wait, not joining with the link, you know. And come back the can same way, could be near boss. These are the reason why in this part of the world, the government, Ghana for a motion me, a sorry name power. In fact, say
you can no refund again. You can refund.
And Roberts, what Ghana pa? Don't look
at it. Back.
Yeah, and no na abina those institutions, you know, they were back in the days. The research the research in the UK, US UK for no way the civil rights way in Yamanyama by and America adopted here and across the whole world and one campaign and OPIFB. Back in the days, you know, the churches were the government. And then when they saw that the churches were now corrupt, Because back in the days, the popes, not they were selling salvation in paper, toilet paper. Now you true, say, even crampon, they were making money. Now you true, wait, scripture be a book, paper no. Na ohia fo nso ntimi nto kobi esikafoɔ na ɛtɔ.
Of course.
They
And
were
you say you moon to say no.
yeah, they were,
Oh,
yeah, they were corrupt to the point to say they were told to say even your loved ones who are dead, you can buy their salvation. And the Roman Catholic, so you know who challenged that teaching, no. So the research is there. Eventually, no, they saw said no, Pope when they buy and yet the original thing in here. So Kobe, as some of their papa no but other people with their own Luciferian agenda. It's an interesting Yamison Papa and Yamison or Kobe, to tell you the truth. Yenya akoko name ponche and yet we are spiritual beings. If you can may say to me achantu this year. As Kobe, on a serious note, anything about me, I know say it has been ordained, it has been decreed, and God actually has my path and accept my ways. I know that. If you don't know that, that's very bad. Now, then kosho be enya mesumo
Obiasa.
Yeah, inti ekromu hano. Ekromu so when the government realized said no, they are even causing more damage. The society is now being corrupt through the church. And also one thing is that they are not thinking. The reason why democracy came in, a new teaching, a wave of teaching and independence, knowledge, wisdom. When the knowledge was impacted into the people, no, they started now thinking. But before, no, and yet Ghana na modern religion and fine lazy. The whole world was what. Listen, I'm doing my papers, and it's funny that all these things are in the psychology.
And you knew. No.
Abrochief warning, you now have to go through the same transition.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So what you say?
Because back then, one will say last after corruption, okay, say Pope never Canada, okay. No, almost all my some mass grieving was there. Yes.
Reconciliation.
You know, and you knew, and what that?
Yeah.
There is nothing new under the sun.
And they failed to apologize. Only for still.
No, too much. That can get the best wow. And the way when I made the one, you wouldn't say, I know I'm with them.
Exactly. In Ghana for the church, the government took those responsibilities from the church. And Joseph Wankoya Prime Minister. The only thing that doesn't change is the rule of law, which is the nature of way. But people actually changed it. They made the way it looks. Almost changing is so, but at the end it is a pepe.
Yeah.
Somebody color for frame and yes, and you change you. Men me change color.
Yes.
It's in young couple some day, yeah, somewhere to half a ball. And nipper doesn't need a change idea. So
exactly.
So
after being together, on one of the bodies in as a bit. It will be agenda. And I'm beginning to catch yourself. I think case a car dear Nichino. So one domes to corner one tia see yeah. Obey said our trasa. But there are engines there which are a whiny idea, not directing towards one specific direction. Oh, it's the way of more. Maybe say, oh, they are costing no quantum. That be. Obi to idea. Say, a dining, Yama, way.
No ice cream, yeah, no ice cream. Go back. No, go back. Yeah, quantical. Yeah, Stephanie.
Wow. A house in here, I did our work to take Canada, how will be a came. On one of my study you. On one of my study. So, into the one now, but 10 1 shot, didn't know when we say no. Obi put a way, now fan and try.
Yeah. So, Kobe, let's end it.
I want you to. This is a recommendation to you. I want you to have such programs like this. we a cut across both NDC and NPP. We nyansa. We know about NDC akoto, koto ma NPP akoto. Obe jandam, ye jandam. But nyansa no ye here. Keep having programs like this. I will always come on board. But oko fast I'm jandam me buy ye because I didn't know why you know how that I didn't be. Yeah, because it takes a lot to be a gun back when you so let these positive messages now. Every my found I found the hotspot no. Yeah, found so that we can think and think well. But I say, yeah, but between life and death, no, yeah, enjoy be. Yes, you want the pa. Yes, you want to be pa. Yeah, yes, we are said the problem you solve. We can solve problem if we are being enlightened and educated and understanding say or how no say be a bad. You say obia, you should ni and say obi teaching. And I say no.
Yeah.
And when you have that power to decide on a lot of things now, you know, bro, why a paddle say, I mean, you feel man, fine, go and give praise to whoever you believe in or deity. But man, born in anything, ember too. Say housing crisis be man gonna need and fall victim to housing crisis. You tune and answer when to man to 9 10. You see, but say, yes, I know why. And running and same reno, you better say, yeah. And good thing to also find our way. And young one they be a bonnet locating of Bonsan de buy. Yeah, like your home with Nindia, Papa Bar, you brush for man in so toa. Yes, right.
Exactly. Kobi say me ba be pure online how we can get a side hustles and money.
But that is what because once you know your financial freedom, open to me say I think. You make much dinner seven bobo one so you two one more.
Oh, partner back when do have mama jai show no kran san no so na kwa be na ase edu mama jai no Julius me jai show no because who dey only Kobi.
Invite the things that Julius bra me to kan che. Anya fire from way.
Ame pato mama me ko wie meeting and me she meeting and me she
Julius,
I'm saving myself money. No.
We need such programs, and this is what you started. That's why some of us were still with you. Jandam semono munjai. When we are free, send Canada ha debate. Me tedi na me take me woma obi so oma me ta benefit me to amano. Obi so oma ejuma ba me to amano. Ma me ka Ghana of refugee. Me we so oma refugee to aba me to amano. We need to have that consciousness.
And then say yi am the free so. I'm at the metro, I'm at the office, I'm at the ting be na send me. And now him so my way immigration.
I didn't hear you. And that is the consciousness that you pay your man for ninya. Send omu beti me ATA NDC policies. No more TMP policy don't say no. About we or throw for. Or by boy. Yeah, 7 years. And say say yeah, talk phone. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
We need to be able to critical think about issues. So more multiple not or more share bona. Ye say or you feel or throw on although bra or don't cut even one because origination also wado. Now how can nobody run even can you are lying. But we need to have that vision and I say, nya sa adwin na ye di tie nsem no ye tie nsem no ekoya adwin there's a filter nsem no the way in them man attention.
Yeah.
And that will come say ye na ye tu kwan na yes bia be hu adepa no. We need to preach this gospel. This is the gospel. When the man your man for the found
yo. It's a man for what sorry there.
We need more.
Now wonya receipt. Now one fan file income tax. Now
business now way and donation now to receipt that.
No. Say
I want you do.
Me. I buy no net as say HSS can anya unko jimfia so no
obviously but who ni ma dey bebu
afen so wa sorry no mu na say omunya doye enu no mo ka che se sika na yerade nyankopon e na agi sika na enu ye mo nkope bosum bi won ono na mo di sika na koto wa ho se sika na da ho
thank you so what me do we now follow blindly
because I understand it when they say we are giving it to God, we are doing the will of God, which are taking care of the people in the church and also the people who are outside the church.
Lady
Who
May,
are in need.
Lady
These are
May,
the will of
who
God.
found that? Omo ye found that. Ye the coin to go ase. Oh, the okwana found that. Obi akwa was there. Well, ebuo. Now when my papa so for that in the bottom of the university in Ghana, you do school fee. Me na baka say giant funidi. We need to create that conscious mind that Obi said no, something is wrong. Not because somebody said it, but I click it again and say no. Because then you boom no.
But mama say me, and then we'll talk about it later. How come say obroni na ode mumosi obroni na de brain question. Obroni no does it so wonderfully, and it is more like a charitable system.
And I say honor your originator. Though this can buy on the better the second year in the purpose ni. Yeah, yeah, because again the originator here. Democracy the queen the buy. Second the buy and they do so yet. But when we are copying every day, that is why I'm a question go to.
Do the will of God. I mean, it's not that difficult.
But then someone say, what can I say? Yeah, the Baba then I think we're doing it well. Because again, September by Apple best one and whatever Apple picking the boy.
The churches who owns universities, they are
and private jets.
They are more
and Rolls Royce.
Yeah, they are more expensive. But go to 7 Days Advantage School, no, because we a member, you get a discount, big discount.
Even Catholic schools are open mad. Almost can property tax. You be so say property tax now. Ujama ban now. Catholic.
Yeah.
No, ain't you know. Way now say way no credit. Then I don't know what is the truth.
And when you go to Catholic Church, you buy any bus, me say bus ticket, school and there's so many things that you can get from.
So who is donating the money to the church and who is getting the benefit? That's the question people have to ask. I'm going to bold, some of that question.
Yo, Ghana for obibini so nipa. Say ade no look good on you papa onyankopon say ade nyina all living things bears witness of his goodness. Say ade fa na ye rade na aye na ne nyankopon pe ne pepe onyankopon no eno ni su ene ne ban no de ball no wa mana daddy ene ye friend Christ like or you are doing the will of God. But enema won hu nyina tantantan ya na ba be kan kire me say eno ne de niye bi a woye mu a esese daddy a ahobrase eno ntina ekromu ha they teach humility, humbleness, nobleness. And kolan kitten in a classroom are being taught how to be good Samaritan, how to do a project base where they are doing a humanity. And I say, I'm on for me. Hello, I'm coming. I'm on my way. You need something? Okay, bye.
And like I said, I recommend again, we need such more programs. Jandam the Monfanton chain. Say you don't want I say to about more upon more presentation on the mind, and some of can ye see it them Yankasi Bobo, the Empeso be a band or so be a man. Ye na Obia pa Nagro and Beto table so. Ye judges, ye got about a mom.
Oh, I have my mind to say. Based on what this party is saying,
I want to vote for such person. Yes, yeah. and then they 100%.
Everybody has their ways to say.
And so let educate our people, let enlighten them.
Exactly. Pay attention to that when they are talking and all those things. That's what I do. It's not about anyway. Be a man funny.
Bye
bye.
I love you too.
Oh, from me, let's say.
Mate. Bye.
I'm for I'm gonna go finish me but do me baby say me no onye mfimfiri ne mam na say enye complete. May God bless you all. You besan share biom. We'll come back. I'm doing a bit of homework. Me pese Ghana ni bia no. You see, even if you're a nurse, you can have a side chick, a side hustles. There are so many jobs in the system, and I'm getting closer to some of them. This social media, You can earn money from social media, and I'll teach from grade 1 to grade way 9. Na ye said ye tie no so watimi anya mu mfa so ebi nim kasa me se wo Ghana nkosua to de bia sa wote ase akokɔ to nkosua de bia na abrofo no mo de akokɔ nso ne omkurum de bia no owo bi one Indian fo bi ti wo nso owo na mo mfikyire de bia we a big anacondas wo mkurum wahu bribi ye hu e wo Ghana kokotwa ne video na fa bra fa to page so monitor your page do 10,000 on Facebook 10,000 go put it better yet build up YouTube there are sites there are so many American sites almost share people to work from anywhere of this world anywhere you can be in Ghana and do them man list some of the pages one by one medeba Uwo Ghana, obetimi aye adwuma ma an American company or a firm or some institution bi omo pebribi. In fact, there are so much digitization online advanced. Me say nkrofo ne robot and edi nkomo. So see we are looking for some recruiters are looking for people to be other people's friend. Inti me kura masane apa me ba bedi nkomo. Yankopon hyira mo. I'm testing it and then I'll bring it all to you guys. I want you to be successful. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be right and I want you to be strong. Yen nyina sa wo hu odin a na kire se me so me hu odin. Na de bia madam me pe we me pe adoso 50-50 no me so me hia sa 50 ni bi. Sa wo ti ase eno ano no me to gas na me ne nama me ne nyina ye sika ni bi. Ene ma esisi me hu me ma toto ama afa de me hu ne ma me they say my studio is looking so I'll come back again and give you all those fillers. May God bless you and have a lovely evening. Ciao, ciao.